Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I am back for the final part of Base Kingdom Hearts 3. So we are here in Scala at Kylum, where we are going to be having our read of all the secret reports that we've gotten from the Junior Metals Electric Protection. Okay, where we're gonna have. Hey, Mike KT, welcome. How are you? Hope you're doing well. You just joined. You just came just in time for a read along with the secret reports. Oh yeah. As soon as I get rid of some of this. All right. Without further ado, let's head to the gummy phone and let's start reading the secret reports. As I said before, these are not written just by one person, but multiple people. And I'll see if I can remember who did what. So, anyways, without further ado, Secret Report 1. Recollections. Am I alive? I woke in a cell, done until the researchers came with their test and prodding to uncover my identity. I had no answer to offer them. 4 friends and a key. That is the sum total of my memory. I could not even recall my name. I was simply called X there. X there. My only solace was the time I spent talking with 2 boys who would visit me from time to time. One day, a man came to take me from the prison. I could not see him for the darkness, save that he wore an eye patch. Even now, years on, I feel no closer to understanding who or what I am. May my heart be my guiding key. So remember the girl that Lee and Saïx was looking for? Yeah, this is she. Yeah, there are theories that this is Skuld from Union Cross, but we don't know. So, and the man in the eye patch, that's Xigbar or Lu Shu. So yeah. We'll find out who she is later down the road. Mark of Mastery Journal. Some days have passed since I set off on my journey to prepare for the Mark of Mastery examination. Ericus asked for leave to undertake the same pilgrimage, but apparently I am to be first to tour the worlds written in the old fairy tales. A few short years ago, I known only my own world, a speck of land surrounded by sea. But how'd I dreamed of, yearned for the world beyond, and granted guidance from the future. I left that nest behind as I treaded the path to my master's side. I came in contact with darkness in many forms. I knew even then, as by instinct, terrifying as its power was, it could not be harnessed, mastered. Ericus is a blue blood, descended from the very first masters in the age of fairy tales. But I did not come this far to indulge in adlusion. Adlusion. Yeah. Yeah, English. Easy. I will be his peer, his equal. And to do that, I must learn to wield the power born from both darkness and light in proper balance. Xehanort. Sorry. Hold on. Yeah. This is from Xehanort from when he was since he this is what we actually see in Dark Road. His going to the path for his mark of mastery. It's part of the Dark Road. I will not be going over that because all I'll be doing is just saying through the cutscenes, and yeah, that'd be the same with Union Cross. So I do apologize for not going over those, but they're mobile games, and it's not something that I can really just do without spending days doing it. So I do apologize. But yeah. And Zane, and as you can see right here at the bottom, I must learn to wield the power born from both darkness and light in proper balance. That is the way you need to do it. Not be just to light, not just to darkness, but coincide. Just kind of like the light side of the Force and the dark side of the Force from man, did not lock that. From Star Wars. So yeah, that's the problem. And even Riku figured that out. Use both dark and light in tandem. And that's why he walks the road to dawn, using both light and dark, just like how Xehanort did. Or tried to, at least. Report 3. Experiments of the Heart. Notes on Subject X. Excerpent 1. Subject was found in the central square shortly after dawn. Female, approximately 15 years old. After 7 days of observation, she spoke her first words, but could not provide a name. Subject exhibits signs of profound amnesia and displays concern about which world this is. Her words suggest that she's departed her home world with the others, although she cannot recall the names of her erstwhile companions. All efforts to explore those memories have met with a rejection response. After the initial experiments on me, Ansem the Wise ceased his research into the heart, his hands stained by some fear I cannot fathom. Yet his new subject is like me, a void of memory. She is the perfect sample upon to which to continue my master's work. She too could benefit from it. By traversing the heart, we have a direct path into memory. I myself have begun to reclaim my lost past thanks to these very experiments. Who is she? When she come? These are questions no scientist could ignore. And the words she muttered, "May your heart be your guiding key." Xehanort. Another Xehanort, but this is from when he was working with Ansem the Wise. And because of Subject X, this is the reason why the experiments were shut down, along with others. as we saw in Kingdom Hearts 2. So, Report 4. Experiments of the Heart. Notes on Subject X. Excerpt 2. Subject's memories have not returned, and our conversation remains less than lucid. What fragments can be glanced evoke a bygone world, like one out of fairy tales. As improbable as it seems, the question may not be where she has come from, but when. If she truly has crossed through time, the prospect of probing her heart is all more compelling. My pilot studies used a handful of subjects, but none possessed the fortitude to endure them. Ultimately, all suffered mental collapses. I knew it would be a heavy blow to lose a subject as unique as she. Upon discovering the test I've been conducting, my master demanded that I cease my work immediately and destroy what research I have compiled. Worse still, he ordered the release of my remaining subjects. She is gone! Where is Subject X now? Has Wise Ansem, Master Ansem, hidden her away? Whatever the case, I will not be deterred. I will take her place as the first subject in the grand experiment to come. Xehanort. Yeah, it looks like, but from the cutscene that we saw with Ansem and Ansem, or Ansem and Xehanort's Heartless, and from my memory, Ansem doesn't know where she's at. So, and looks like the first subject in the grand experiment of Xehanort is when he separates his heart from his body, creating Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, and Xemnas. So yeah, number 5. Memories, Expert 1. That castle was a wonderland to us children. With its walls, Ansem the Wise conducted his research, and the fruits it bore allowed everyone outside to live in peace and happiness. That alone was enough to stroke our interest, though not all of the rumors that escaped its walls were so benevolent. By night, the muffled sounds of human wails emerged. There was talk of dangerous human experimentation. Lee and I couldn't help but hatch a plot to steal inside and sate our curiosity. The two who stood guard at the gates were researchers themselves, though you wouldn't think of it to see them, massive and barrel-chested as they were, and slipping past the duo was only the first hurdle. It proved one not easily clear. It proved one not easily cleared. We were found and tossed out on our ears time and again. On the day we finally secured our entry, we descended the long spiral stairs at the heart of the castle to find a dark space below, lined with cages. There wasn't light enough to see if they were inhabited, and we were in no position to call out to any occupants within. Yet we could feel it, a definite presence there in the black. Terror washed over us, and we immediately regretted coming. But just as we turned to flee, we heard the faint of voices. The urge to run was nigh overpowering. but someone or something beckoned us on. There, framed by the tenderest silver of light, we found her, Saïx. Yeah. So those time. So at the end of BBS, when we saw the cuts, the credits, that that was them trying to sneak in, and figure out what's going on in the castle. And as you see, they did succeed, and they found Subject X. So yeah. And then over time, the more that they went there, and this is why they actually became nobodies in the first place. Why they joined the organization. So yeah. Memories. Sure. Excerpt 2. Oh, and by the way, if I'm screwing any of these words up, please don't bash me. It is hard as it is to read this, so it was too dim to make out her features. We spoke to her in hushed whispers. Who was she? Why was she imprisoned here? She had no answers for us, had no memories at all. She was an enigma, but I knew I wanted to help her. And so we continued our infiltrations. Most of them stopped short at the castle gates. When we did manage our way inside, we spoke with her. That was all the comfort two children like us could offer. But Lee had other ideas. He was determined to free her. We slipped into the castle the day knowing that we wanted with all our hearts to save her. But we did not find her inside. Hold on. Guys, gonna give me just a quick minute. I need to go grab my dad's spare key, and so my mom can get to work. I'm just gonna leave it as it is, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. That was my own screw up, forgetting to give my dad's keys back. My dad his keys back. So, anyways, where were we? But we did not find her inside on that day, or the next, or any of our subsequent visits. Had she been moved? Had we simply imagined her? Lee and I knew there was only one way to be certain. So we stand before the castle gates today, not as trespassing children, but in order to become Ansem the Wise's new apprentices, Saïx. Yep, and because they wanted to become his apprentice, Ansem's apprentices, they were also the target to become part of the original Organization 13 back in 2. And Chain of Memories, etc. So yeah. Anyways, number 7. On the replica program and reanimation. Following my insurance and my recompletion as a human, I did not awaken right away. Perhaps the damage was exceptionally grave. Even after waking, I remained in bed, pondering my next course of action. In my work on the replica program for the organization, I produced some 20 vessels. Most of the early results were failures. Not one of them granted a number. The first success that emerged from that early lot was the Riku replica. Subsequently, Shion, number I. Or number imaginary, or the imaginary number. That's what that stands for. Was essentially indistinguishable please don't bash me, from a natural human, though she became unstable due to the influence of others. Using those two as my foundation, I worked to construct a number of nigh-perfect replicas, but just as they near completion, my efforts were cut short. I suspect Xehanort aims to use both the initial lot as well as the unused replicas from my later work. I arose today and decided to walk out to the square, my first outing in some time. Yet my stroll was interrupted when a surprising visitor appeared with an unexpected offer. Though younger than me, he's risen to become Xehanort's right hand. I accepted his terms and became a nobody once more. Easier to gain access to the old replica program that way. Whatever it takes to atone. Vexen. And with that, that is because of what Xehanort wanted to do with his replica program, and from everything that he'd done, which I still hate that they redeemed this guy. Still hate him, but he was redeemed. Ugh. You can't hate someone that beats redeemed. No, actually you can. Larxene's still a bitch. Hey, Dark Me Wes. I'm just gonna call you Dark. Sorry I butchered your name. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. But anyways, at least he Vexen understood what he did and why it was wrong, and so he decided to atone. Unlike a lot of these other fuckers who did not want to do, who just wanted to go along or agreed with Xehanort. So yeah. Anyways, number 8. The real organization. Xehanort seeks to gather 12 vessels, which together with his true actual self, he considers the real Organization 13. Now that he has the numbers he needed, Demyx and I are being treated as reserves. Several others who served Xemnas in the old organization have followed the same course as mine, electing to abandon their newly restored humanity and rejoin the real organization as nobodies. But not Xemnas. Xemnas cannot exist in the present because there is already a Xehanort here, the old man in charge. The old man's humanity preserved his heartless and nobody. Others vanquished in the past, and his younger self became destined of this time. To circumvent this, Xehanort is using the prototype replicas I created in the past as containers, plucking his other selves' hearts from the time they existed. Xehanort ordered me to refine the prototypes, to make them closer still to the real thing, perfecting my creations so they may house true flesh and blood humans, suits my own purposes as well. All that remains for my atonement is to devise a way to pass on as many vessels as I can to those who truly deserve them. Vexen. Yeah, so he... Except this game, I can't stand Vexen. Not the way that and when Axel just destroyed him in Chain of Memories, that's still amazing. But yeah. So yeah, he tried to do everything he could to get as many replicas to the Guardians of Light. But as you guys know, he was only to get one, and then we stole the second one. He got one in for Roxas, and then we recovered one from the Riku replica, or replica. Recoup. I used to know how to say that. I can't. Replica. Recoupla. Replicu. There it is. Replicu. And so that's all that Vexen could really do. So yeah. I mean, knowing what he did was wrong, and knowing that he was being used, does put some points to it. But knowing that he did what he did just for the sake of science and whatnot, even though it hurt other people, that still cannot be forgiven for everything he's done. Anyways, actually, hold on. Okay. Ansem's Code Conceptus Excerpt 1. I have pondered over the data my master entrusted to Riku. Here I offer my preliminary conclusions. Within Sora's heart are 3 compartmentalized boxes, each containing the heart of another. One box holds Roxas. Another holds a second heart that has been with Sora nearly as long. The third has held his heart for much longer. These hearts have melted with Sora and no longer have voices of their own. Any attempt to mechanically extract them could prove as dire for Sora as what caused him to become a Heartless in the first place. First, a vessel for each heart must be readied. Then, a spark of some sort is required to induce its waking. Obviously, the ideal solution is to restore each heart to its own body. But whether the cease for the two unknown individuals, Roxas possesses no such thing. Same is true for Naminé, who we believe resides in Kyrie's heart. Still, if alternating bodies can be secured for them, all their hearts require to be awakened is that spark. People that people they cared for and who cared for them, who can show them their way home. Complete a perfect digitalization of the heart is impossible. We can only hope to partially reconstruct it. Thus, I see no way forward to extract the hearts, so we desperately need directly from within Sora. Fortunately, the data stored in Twilight Town contains a near perfect record of the memories of those who lived there, and for Roxas and Naminé especially, this is crucial. Ienzo. Now, from this, we take that, as we know, the three hearts that were connected to Sora is Roxas, Xion, and those who were with him for at around the same time, as we saw with 358 over 2 days and the start of Kingdom Hearts 2/end. And the third was Ventus, from when Ventus took shelter in Sora when he lost his heart when he fought against Vanitas in BBS. So yeah. And as we know, Sora always had the power of awaking. It was just slumbering until it was ready to be called. So that's how we were able to awake Ventus and Roxas. But somehow, unless they brought Xion from the past or something, I don't know, because Xion should have still been in his heart. But yet, Xehanort was able to use Xion in the battle as part of the 13. Anyways, for Report 10. Ansem's Code Conceptus Excerpt 2. As for how to contain their hearts, the only conceivable option is the replicas. If we transferred in the digital memories from the Twilight Town archives, the replicas should be able to reconstruct each individual human's appearance with near perfect results. Then their hearts need only the right spark to wake them, so they may find their way out of Sora and Kairi and into the newly made bodies. The replica program was truly revolutionary, but it was incomplete at the time of the old organization's dissolution. Even without Evan, how are we to further the research? We need at least 3 replicas. 1 for Roxas, 1 for Naminé, and 1 for the unknown stowaway in Sora's heart. These are difficult quandaries, but as I work through my master's data, I find myself remembering the taste of ice cream. When I was a boy, he would bring me some when we took walks together. There will be time to regret my betrayal later. For now, my focus... Hold on. For now, my focus must be restoring Roxas and Naminé and providing my master's good intentions, Ienzo. Now, as we know, Roxas and Naminé did use the replicas. The third unknown, because we know Shion already was done. So the unknown, which was Ventus, actually had his body, which we returned his heart. Once Aqua restored the land of departure from Castle Oblivion. Anyways, Report 11. Observations, Excerpt 1. I have seen it through. The Keyblade War unfold exactly as written on the lost page. Now the Keyblade Master entrusts to me to bequeath to another. 5 Union leaders have been chosen from the surviving Dandelions. I will pass the Keyblade to one of them, and then continue watching the future unfold. Yet it seems that someone has pulled the old switcheroo. One of the 5 is an imposter, someone the master did not choose. They represented a virus in the program he so carefully wrote. The virus has begun a strange undertaking, a reckless plot to allow the 5 to escape into another world line. Surely such a thing could not be possible. We're talking about the same trick that allowed the Dandelions to transfer to another world line after the Keyblade War. But these children are no masters. They haven't the means, unless, of course, a certain lady of magic summoned here from the future knows more than I do. The whole Union leader thing was supposed to be by the books. Are these new events just another phase in the Master's grand plan? Unknown. Now, from what I'm reading here, from what I remember, this is actually Lushu, because as you can see, he's seen through the Keyblade War exactly as Lost Page, and then and this is the big thing. Now the Keyblade, the master entrusted to me, must be bequeathed to another. So this is Lushu. Sometime after it. And for those who haven't played Dark Road, was it Dark Road? No, Union Cross. Spoilers. There's a character named Brain. I don't know if I'm pretty sure this was shown in Union Cross or as Dark Road, one of the two. But Lushu popped into took over Brain to transfer his heart and have his Keyblade. And then in that was in Union Cross, and then Dark Road, I haven't seen it in a while, but there is one that one from the people that went with that from the time of young Xehanort. So and the one and where it says that there was an imposter, not really. Let's see, how can I explain this? The 5th Dandelion leader was Strelitzia. She was actually supposed to be the 5th Dandelion, but the darkness in Ventus, which is Vanitas, killed Strelitzia and imposed as Master Ava to give the book to Ventus. Yeah. Confusing? I don't doubt you. I mean, if I could I would literally do that. I'll watch stuff for Dark Road and Union Cross, but yeah, I'm sorry. If they ever redo the games and put them on the PlayStation, I'll play them then because the Dandelions and the Lost Masters are gonna be a big, big plot, or at least the Masters are, which continue with the Dandelions and all that, are gonna be a big plot in the next arc of Kingdom Hearts. So yeah. Anyways, report 12. Observations Expert 2. Even on a world line with no Keyblade War, peace is but a dream. In the absence of us and our master, a darkness have arrived, one that shall surely lead the world to yet another demise. Amid the chaos, I bequeath my Keyblade to one of the Union leaders. Just as the master instructed, I watched as the 5 were sent to another world line at no small cost, ensuring the line of Keyblade wielders will live on. And now, Keybladeless, I must depart this land to fulfill my final task. This means casting my body aside and sojourning my heart in vessel after vessel, as many as it takes. But I will continue gazing upon each passing era, one unto the next. In time, it will be years or decades, centuries or millennia. I will meet the 5 once more. Somewhere in this cynical history of bequeathings, a chosen will appear and reenact the Keyblade War. When this scapegoat arrives and takes my Keyblade in hand, that will be the time to take the stage and finish my role. The Lost Masters will awaken! Unknown. And as we see, so he passed it down, but then he also, so I don't remember who he passed it down to then, because it wasn't Brain, I don't think. But he did take over Brain's body and was keep going down the line until he got to here where he came known as Brig, which turned into Xigbar. And then at the end of 3, as we saw in the secret episode, Luxu did complete his task. And Luxu was able to complete his task, as we saw here at the end of 3. So, and finally, the final report, number 13. Observations, Expert 3. It seems this name will be my last. The lives I have lived over the ages could fill volumes, but for now I must focus on what matters most. The Keyblade has been successfully passed down generation to generation, and it seems a Keyblade master devoted to the darkness may finally arise. Until now, I have watched over the course of events from a distance. Perhaps the time has come to intervene. I need only play the role of a fool, desirous of the Keyblade's power. I will don the mask of his ally in order to keep watch over my Keyblade from close by. Gazing eye, the gazing eye, a Keyblade forged from the eye of the Master of Masters. He passed it to me as I have passed it to others, and through it he can see the future, all that will ever come to pass. Spanning the ages in body after body, life after life, my task has been to keep vigil over the eye as it passes from hand to hand. It has been a long time, longer than I can express. But But now, at last, the Keyblade War has begun, and Kingdom Hearts will open. A true and complete Kingdom Hearts, born of clash between between darkness and light. I will soon be returned with my own companions, and in that moment, my long vigil reach its end. He will return, unknown. Which, as I said, we saw at the end of 3. With Xehanort getting 2 Kingdom Hearts, but failing at the end. And now the Keyblade returns to its second original owner, Lushu, when he brought back the Lost Masters. And we also got to see the box. Still don't know what's in that box. Hopefully we'll see that in the next game. But yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the base game of Kingdom Hearts 3. But as you all know, this is not the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 itself. Because next time, we are going to be doing the Remind DLC. And then we will start the limit cut, and then I will show the cutscenes for both Yuzora, both of them, when Sora loses and when Sora wins. So, I'm thinking 1, maybe 2 more streams, if that. We'll see what happens. So, yeah. We really came a long way. And I am really happy on how this has come along. We finally got to the point that we are so close to the end, and all we would have left is Melody of Memory, which for Melody of Memory is going to be just one thing. So it'll take just one stream to where we just go and play the last final battle, so we can see what happens, and then all we have to do is wait for 4. I know that there is another mobile game that's coming out. I might go ahead and show that off as they drop, but we'll see. It'll just be the cutscenes. Now, if I got this far originally, I might have done it for when with Union Cross and Dark Road, but I didn't. So this is so that's why we're not doing either of those. So but we'll see. It might do it in the future. I'm not going to guarantee that. But with Missing Link, that might be an option. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, guys, that is actually going to be it for today. I just wanted to finish off Kingdom Hearts 3, so then we can start. Rebind on Friday. Tomorrow's going to be my day off from my new Wednesday for day off from stream. One more thing. I don't know how next week is going to go. I'm actually starting orientation on a new job starting next Tuesday. So we'll see how that goes. I may or may not be able to stream this next Monday or Tuesday. So we'll see what happens. So, but yeah, that is going to be it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if there was a guy that I saw on earlier that it was actually playing Dream Drop Distance, but doing a new thing called a Dream Lock. It's a Nuzlocke. but Kingdom Hearts, mainly Dream Drop Distance. Let's see. Is he still streaming? Otherwise, if HMK's not even still streaming. He was on here earlier. Heals, the one speed one. Okay. They're still streaming. Sweet. I'm sending you over to Keyblade Barrett, who is playing Dream Drop Distance. And he's doing, as I said, he's doing what's called a Dream Lock. It's a new Nuzlocke. So yeah, let's go and cheer him on. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I surely did. If you guys like what you see here and you want to see more, give me a follow here on Twitch. Subscribe to YouTube for any previous content. Also, ring that notification bell to know when I go live or when content gets posted. Also on YouTube, if you like what you see, give me a like. Comment down below what you enjoy and stuff I can improve on. I'm always looking for feedback. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter for some updates. More updates and a chance to talk to me off stream. Join my Discord. Everything is down below the stream and in the description on YouTube. But as usual, I've been your host, Revo. And until the next stream, stay true to the Revo